Good afternoon, Mr. Manson. Gentlemen, if I could ask you to take your glasses off. Thank you.
We're on, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. All right, we're on the record. This will be a subsequent parole consideration hearing for Charles Manson. ID number is B33920. On 4/22 of 1971, the prisoner was received in CDC pursuant to Penal Code Section 1168, violation of Penal Code Section 8 counts of 187. That's first-degree murder out of Los Angeles County. Their case number is A253156, counts 1 through 7, and the controlling minimum eligible parole date is 12.
To contemplate underlying causes of his current attitude other than to see himself as a victim of the system. He has some considerable artistic ability, and he should be encouraged to continue such controlled outlets for this expression. This examiner has seen noticeable improvement in his verbal ability in a one-to-one setting. His physical and medical needs seem to be well taken care of. The examiner read his medical file with interest. He is maintaining as well as can be expected under the circumstances, and the doctor notes that programming decisions can be based on custody issues rather than mental health factors. And having read portions of that psychiatric report, Mr. Manson, I'll return it to the chair.
Those last two lines, would you say those again?
Well, he said your programming decisions should be based on custody issues rather than mental health factors. And I'll return it to the chair, Mr. Manson.
Yeah. That's whoever did that did a really good job, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a real nice report.
Did you want to comment on it, Mr. Manson?
Yeah, I thought the guy, he had a lot of good things down there, pretty much. Yeah, I'm a lot of those things. He's making me look a little better than I really am, but yeah, you know, whatever it takes is where I have to roll. I ain't got no choice about it. If I had a choice and you guys open up the gates of wherever, you know, I'd get on down the road and you could have this Charlie Manson thing that they created, because they haven't even seen me. Step out in this hallway and see who this hallway belongs to. That's my mop and broom over in the corner, Jack. You know, whatever you guys are playing out there that's nice for you to play when you got the money, that's cool. But when you're down in a hard time where you ain't got nothing but the mind you're mopping and slopping with, you got to deal with what you got to deal from here, honey buns. And when you can do that, then that's the penitentiary. I don't know all the things you know, but you don't know the things I know either. I don't disrespect you and take your rights, so give me my fucking rights.
Masterminding these murders, Mr. Manson has been a terrible prisoner. At the time of his last hearing, he actually had 57 CDC 115s, which were serious violations. Now, according to the board report, this time he has 14. I'm not sure if it's 13 or 14, but that should give him a grand total of 70 CDC 115s, which are serious violations. His record is replete with assaulting prison guards and staff members, spitting on them, throwing hot coffee on them, threatening to kill them. Your heart really goes out to the people that have to work with Mr. Manson, that they have to put up with this type of conduct. He also has, in his past, in Vacaville, he was in possession of LSD. When he was transferred from Vacaville to San Quentin, they found a hacksaw blade concealed in the insole of his shoe. And he also, when he was at Vacaville, had escape plans that they caught him with. Now, that's just things that happened before his last hearing. Since his last hearing, of course, he's threatened to murder one of the guards. He's threatened staff members. He assaulted the report said non-prisoner, and I'm not sure exactly who that was, but he shouldn't have assaulted anybody. He was trafficking in narcotics, in possession of a stabbing instrument. Mr. Manson, after they would finish their dinners at Spawn Ranch, would preach to his followers, and one of the things he would tell them is that there are no laws. There is no right or wrong, and it's okay to commit murder. Now, the fact that Mr. Manson is not following the regulations in prison is understandable, because he doesn't believe that there are any laws. He is a law unto himself. He will do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. I found the psychiatric report very interesting. I was pleased that Mr. Manson liked Dr. Evans' report, because I did too, and I thought Dr. Evans had good insight into Manson, saying that he had a severe personality disorder, and the operative word is severe, and it was characterized by narcissistic, manipulative, and sociopathic features. That means the guy's in love with himself, he can manipulate others, and he is seriously antisocial. Well, that's the same way he was in 1969, and that's what led us to the murders that we're talking about today. Dr. Evans says that the prognosis is not good. Well, it's never been good for Mr. Manson. Dr. Evans also said that he presents a danger greater than average. Well, I would have to say it's probably 100 miles above average. And the thing I like most that Dr. Evans said is that Mr. Manson is a dangerous individual. I think that that's an understatement, that he's still a dangerous individual. I think the reports...
See, won't accept my word. I was Judge Older. He was Charles Manson. I'm Judge Older. I'm Tiger Man in the zoo in San Diego. I ride a motorcycle. I ride a motorcycle in L.A. A bunch of straight Satans call themselves devils, say they're get down, say they got the money over on another edge of town. They got the Beach Boys tied up in their contracts. You can't get into the real estate because Pasadena is a submarine that's run by Jody Hoover, who's over in the chapel, who comes from Colombia with the drug cartel, saying he got money with 2 guns and he taking that pussy. I blew him to hell. It's that simple. Linda Bell, ding along, sing along. Mitch Miller, the movies. I'm Bing Crosby, hard as a hobo, loves to roam in fields of clover. I'm Gene Autry. I'm all those guys. I'm another children. I'm down a wave or 2 up underneath you. What you're doing, you're over flying with the eagles and the... I would go, poof, poof, poof.
Prisoners denied parole for 5 years.